I'm here presenting you our small business owners of Lake County. Here I have with me Soumya Subash, owner of Art4hearts,
yes.
and Hemamalini owner of Hiranmayeem. Yeah, and your comments and questions will be answered by the business owners after the session, and let's get started. And my first question goes to you, Hema. What made you to choose this particular business and what's unique about it?
Hi Sandhya. So from my childhood, my dream is into fashion industry and jewelry making. But unfortunately, we didn't have that much exposure to enter into that field that time, and due to family pressure, I entered into engineering field. So now, like, I'm not working after moving to US, and I was going through personal stressful time, and then I thought, okay, why not start to follow my passion to kill that stress and then improve myself as well. So that's how Hiranmayeem got into the live mode with 6 silk sarees basically.
Wow.
So I started with the silk sarees. So now we are doing a lot of other things as well. That's the thing. So we are into this business from past 3 years to be precise. So it's improving, I would say. So
cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. How about you, Soumya?
So they say, right, follow your passion no matter what. So that's how Art4hearts started. Growing up, I always had interest in art, but due to family pressure, like everybody else, I pursued science and fulfilled my parents' dream. But at the corner of my heart, there was some attachment to art that I wanted to fulfill. Coming to US gave me that opportunity because I could not get back to work here. So that helped me come up with new art ideas and develop my skills. And I thought, why not share this skill with others? And that's how Art4hearts came in, where I not only make Indian art-inspired home decors and jewelry, like I'm wearing one, but also teach different art forms to people. That's how Art4hearts came in.
Yeah, definitely. I love to learn some art from you, and definitely I'm a customer.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. My next question for you both is, what is the investment in terms of money and time to start a business?
Okay, you want to answer this?
Yes. Money, I really don't know because my husband, rest of the family, they helped me figure out the money aspect of the business. I started really small with a few paints and brushes. When it comes to time, yes, 24 hours is not enough. You really need to have more than 48 hours in your day. So make every minute of your time to be possible there for your business or your passion. So like everybody else will suggest the same, I would say that if you put your heart, everything will be good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great insight.
So for Hiranmayeem to come into picture, so as I said, I wasn't going through a stressful time, so I just started with 6 silk sarees, We didn't have any budget, any investment in mind, but investment is not only with regard to money, there is other factors as well. Basically how much time you can put in and how much effort you can put in. So when I started, I didn't think anything at all. I just wanted to try something out, and then I thought, okay, let me figure out. So just to burst the stress, like I came into the picture with 6 silk sarees. Then I slowly worked out on my investment. So investment can be from $100 to like how much ever you want to go with that. Okay, so it's subjective to the business model and what kind of business they are doing. So after doing that, like I came to know a lot of other factors. It's not only the money that gets invested. I know there will be physical or the manpower investment, but when I handle it single-handedly, it becomes a lot more, like it consumes a lot of time. So definitely when you're working on the investment part, apart from money, you need to work on the manpower as well, and product availability, all those things. So it's a slowly evolving process. You have to learn by yourself, because the same one method doesn't help for the other person.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And while starting a business, what are the hurdle you have to come across to keep the business going on?
Okay, so for the retail industry, like I had a little customer database. So when we moved into US, we have been in different states. What I figured out was mostly all the party sarees were available, but not like a pure silk saree or any kind of wedding collection or any custom products. Like I'm not a huge customer of US based, small business owner product, because I go every year to India and I source my products. But then what I figured was, when I was in need one time, I couldn't get silk sarees from anywhere. So, at least a high quality one. So that's how I started this, because I have some kind of background with silk weaving people kind of thing. So that's how this project got initiated. But then the hurdles, meaning when you invest, it's not only your investment and what your time investment you are doing by yourself. The first hurdle what always all people face is people try to compare the Indian money with the US money. So they don't know what is the background. I know once upon a time when people started, when it was all monopoly, just one or two people doing a business, they might have had huge margin, etc., etc. But then now with the more competition in the market, not everybody is having the same set of margin, but still people have the same thought in their mind that, okay, in India, you get it in $120. Why should I pay $200 here? Okay. So they don't consider their time going out in a whole day, just going out in a taxi, coming back in taxi, their time they put and everything. Okay, but when we do, it's end to end, we are putting our time from here with the time zone restrictions and everything, and then we bring in. So one cost is the hurdle we face actually. So, but there are few customers who understand what people go through, and then they try to calculate in their mind, and then they try to come up. So the margin is one of the huge factor which plays a major role. Apart from that, a home-based small business versus shop-based small business. That's another difference, because sometimes people might be little reluctant to come to anybody's home and purchase because they feel little insecure. It's common, even if it's me, initial days I would have thought the same thing. So that's one of the hurdles, because I run it from my home, and majority it is through online and stalls basically. So that's the other thing. And the third is the manpower. Definitely you need more manpower, but as a small business and mostly with the retail, which are ethnic based and everything, you cannot have a lot of helping hands, because your sales doesn't go through every month in the same manner.
Exactly.
So the major factors are this. And apart from that, when you do online sales, the money, the phishing attacks and, people try to get buying, they try to buy, but then the payment doesn't come through. I was about to, get into a trouble just 2 days back. So, I would have lost a $200 saree to a, person.
Good you.
So, so we have a lot of factors. We need to work on all those things to...
Oh, that's great insight. And what are the...
So for me, the biggest hurdle is trying to let people know that, or make people aware that there is something like this available. Because I'm into teaching, not from reselling products. What happens is making them aware that these skills can be taught here locally. You don't have to make a trip to India to learn a Tanjore painting or a Mysore painting or a relief art or even Meenakari Jaipur art, or even general basic art forms. People want to decor their house, they want to make their own handmade pieces, but they don't want to spend money to learn that skill. So convincing that becomes little challenging unless you know people who have recommended you. So that's the biggest challenge. The other challenge that I usually get is, like she said, competitors. There is always somebody who is trying to redo the same thing that you are trying to do and be one step ahead of you. So those are the biggest challenges. But it's an art form. Everybody has a choice to do it and not do it. So
that's very impressive. Okay, my last question goes to you. And what is the tips you will give to the young budding entrepreneurs?
I would definitely recommend you to pursue your passion, because no matter what, at the end of your life, you will be always regretting that you did not pursue what you wanted to do. Definitely pursue it. There will be struggles, there will be hurdles, but the most important thing that you need to do is take help. Like I've been always saying, ask help if you don't figure out what you want to do. Do research, ask help. If you don't know how you want to do, again, ask help. And the biggest thing that I would recommend is do your research before you start. That's most important. Your passion is definitely there, but also a research whether the market needs that at this moment. It's also important.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how about yours?
Yeah, so the main tip I would give is like, if you want to go into a retail business, gauge your skills, like gauge your customer base and how much you want to invest from a money perspective and how much time you will be able to put, and the space especially, whether you want to do it from home, mostly on online basis. Though you do it from home through online, you need some space to store the stuff. So always when the customer gets the customer base increases, you might need to introduce new products, so you need to gauge on all those things. And marketing, so each one has their own way of marketing. So my preference is doing more investment on the products, and I prefer doing marketing through word of mouth rather than spending too much on the marketing. And then what eventually happens is all those marketing costs gets added into the saris or the kurtis, whatever they are selling. So we don't want to do that way. So that's my principle. So everybody should have one kind of principle in doing how they want to proceed with it. There should be a basic principle which can never get changed just for money purpose. Yeah, profit is a must. I wouldn't deny on that, but whether you want to grow organically, inorganically, all those things, like everybody has their own kind of rules. So you need to set a rule before getting into a business.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I learned so many things today.
Everybody is learning.
Yeah, everything is a learning process.
Every step of your journey, you're learning something.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether
I
it's
agree
business or life, but yeah, business teaches you a lot.
Yeah, business needs a lot of patience and perseverance, because it's not a one-day activity. If one person is able to achieve a profit mode in one day, that doesn't mean that we will also be able to get into that mode in one day. So it takes a lot of time and thing. You cannot have that as a pressure in your mind if you don't want to.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Good talking to you girls.
Nice
Thank
meeting you.
you so much. And on behalf of Lake County Indians Association, I would like to thank you speakers and audience for watching our first live show.
Yes.
And your questions and comments will be answered soon by our business partners. And thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank you.
to
And
Lake
best
County
wishes.
Association for letting us speak
Yeah,
talk about our
thank you.
business.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you to the